as per usual, farming kind of gets in the way of editing, so I am beyond behind. If you guys have stuck around, I really appreciate it. If you haven't, well, I guess I understand. It's been a couple months. I've been just crazy busy, a lot to do before planting got started. And well, planting is here. We've officially started planting for 2025 season. It has been a week from hell, to say the least. Tuesday started off breaking a shifter off on the scrape tractor. That was a joyous task. Then Tuesday evening, late afternoon evening, my drawbar came out of my 856 and my safety chain somehow had come unhooked, ripped my drawbar out, ripped my hydraulic couplers all out. It made a hell of a mess. And now, today is Friday, and we were seeding beans. And well, the very first field I ever planted, I pulled into, I set the drill down, heard a loud bang. I had hydraulic oil everywhere. Very first experience planting anything. It was not a joyous experience, and the conversations to be had afterwards were not joyous conversations either. And what happened is there's 3 bolts that hold these spools together underneath the seat of this 06 series tractor. I think it's pretty well all the way through the 56, 66, 06, all them tractors, all pretty well the same. Well, there's 3 bolts that hold that together, and you can actually see the oil seeping out of there now. Well, guess what? The bolts failed then, and guess what? They failed today. And it has been a very aggravating day, to say the least. I just got done pressure washing the back half of this off real quick. I have oil everywhere. It has been a joyous day. I am not in the best of moods, to say the least. And don't know how much of this will actually get edited up, because I seem to get hate whenever I have a bad day. So, anywho's, here we are. We're going to work on this. I don't have much to say. Old stuff fails. It happens. It's not an operator problem. It is a thing's fatigue. I think sometimes we are using a tractor for more than what it is expected to be used for. So I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm fat. I turn on a fan, we're gonna blow this thing apart, see how much of a mess we can make in my shop, and hopefully my mood improves, but I guarantee you it will not. Well, as per usual, same thing happened last time. Set of spool valves is held on with 3 bolts. 1 centered in the top, should be 2, and 2 at the bottom. 2 at the bottom held just fine. Top one sheared off back in there. Those appear to be grade 8 bolts. So grade 8 isn't going to fix the issue, because that was the thought process. Well, we'll throw grade 8s in it, but no, grade 8s is not enough. The only thing I know harder than that's metric stuff, and obviously you can't put metric on an SAE tractor from, you know, the 1900s. So anywho's, we are gonna further disassemble this. We've made a hell of a mess in my shop, I know that. I'm covered in oil, grease, and sweat, and frustration. I'm covered in frustration, so. Had it for the week. I think it's time to quit. I don't know. Go dick off for the rest of the week. This week ain't been good. I know one thing. I have a lot nicer tools here than I ever had before for this job. I remember doing this job. It was a hot, miserable day down there at the North Farm in that machinery shed with little to no tools. I got this place. I spent a lot of money on tools. This is why. I don't know. Tools are one of those things. It doesn't matter how much you spend or how little you think you're going to use it. You're going to use it a heck of a lot more than you thought you were going to. And I don't care how much they cost. Buy them. So if you're a young guy starting out, the best investment you can make in yourself is tools. Don't ever doubt that you can't do something. There's always the age-old thing that I don't have time for it. Nah, I agree with that somewhat, but I may not have time to do this, but I also don't need to sacrifice 6 months worth of income to pay somebody to come out here and do it. Because chances are I can do it faster and better and hell of a lot cheaper. It's a lot of tools. Gonna need a shorty. I'll be back. Man, I remember doing that by hand. Open in wrench. Lots changed in oh, I don't know, 13, 14 years, something like that. Now, I remember this was kind of a pain in the ass. You got to put one back, one forward, and that don't work worth a shit. What did I do? I bet I took that off tonight. Give me my foot. Probably didn't gain me anything, did it? Not really. Boy, that clip right there is sharp. Hellish pressure. Thing. Junior ain't doing this. This is the last time on this gig. This has been a joy. One, had to go get new bolts, so I got a left-handed drill bit over there and center punched it and drilled it. See, the point of the left-handed drill bit, in theory, you know, you're drilling in and you're in the reverse orientation of what is the standard orientation. You know, normally a thread of bolt in clockwise, counterclockwise is a left-handed drill bit, and in theory, if it does bite, it will unthread the bolt. Now, that was not my experience. I just drilled into it until I felt like I was deep enough to set an easy out in there, smack it with a hammer and enough to bite. So that did work. I'm thankful for that. It was not as bad as I was kind of dreading it was going to be. So now I got to clean up all my metal shavings here so none of that gets into the hydraulic system of this tractor, and kind of clean up and start reassembly here. I do have some new bolts. These were grade 8s originally, so we're going back with grade 8s again. Actually, originally these were grade 2s. I put grade 8s in here when this failed, better than a decade ago, and now it failed again. So I think we're going to turn the pressure down on the drill, because that clearly seems to be just a bit too much for this older style hydraulic system that's got 3 bolts holding it together. Top one fails. Well, you know. My wrench behind you guys. You know, I don't know if you can even see where you're at. Well, I really hope this is the last time I do this. It's been such a joyous experience thus far. Before anybody says put Loctite on them, if I do that, more than likely this is going to break in a week. So we're putting lock washers on them. I highly doubt they even had Loctite back when they made the 06 series tractors. Maybe they did. I don't know. Somebody tell me that in the comments. I don't know how much more this casting is going to survive this stuff happening. I imagine that casting, eventually the threads will pull out if this keeps being a thing, and it's a matter of having that machine then or replaced. And well, there you have it. 3 new bolts, 1 new O-ring. Had to drill and easy out that top bolt. It's a matter of putting everything back together and refilling the however many gallons of oil I lost. And that stuff is not cheap. It's like $9 a quart for hydraulic fluid. Yeah. The bolts were the cheapest part of this entire job. The time and the fluids and the aggravation of being broke down. That's the most expensive. So got a couple hard lines to put on and the soft lines for this remote, and then reassemble the left side of the pedestal mount here, and I guess fire it and check for leaks after we top off fluid. Alrighty, all the lines are all back together. Some shields are in place. I'm leaving the pedestal and the seat off. Gonna fill it with oil now. Dad just got back. He's done planting for the day. So we're gonna finish buttoning this thing up so that maybe we go back to planting beans. You know, that'd be nice. Sun's shining. I should be planting beans, not doing this. Well, moment of truth. I'm gonna find out if all my work did what it needed to do or not. Park's in. I don't see anything. Should I run the remote or not? I don't want to deadhead it unless you think it'd be all right. Just burp it. That was a little sticky, that outside one, but I had it apart, so it might need a find its happy place. Now, fingers crossed, I think we might have fixed it. Well, I think that's enough for one day. Tractor's fixed. It needs washed because it's an oily mess. It was covered in bird poo and everything to begin with. Just didn't have time to beautify it up before it was time to start seeding here. We've been cold and wet, and honestly, we did not have an opportunity to even get in the field around here until about May 12th. And May 12th is actually when we started. We did a lot of chisel plowing, manure spreading, fertilizer spreading on wheat ground, you know, all the necessary prep work. I mean, the planters have been hooked up for 2 months now. I mean, we hooked them back mid-March because we got a warm spell there. We thought, boy, we're going to actually have a good spring here. We're going to get going, and well, then the rain started, and you know how that goes. So I've got about 100 acres of beans in. I didn't confirm with Dad how many acres of corn we have. I suppose 100 to 150 acres. I'm not 100% sure. He runs the corn planter, I run the bean planter. And I've just been struck with nothing but bad luck this week. It's quite discouraging, to be honest with you. But I guess what do you do? I'm mad about it. Ain't happy about it. But, you know, I'm alive. I'm farming. Just aggravated at the moment. So I'm gonna go home, get some grub. Got a slight sprinkle, looks like it's rolling in here. All the big boys down here are chopping their first cutting. So, anywho's, we're gonna pack her in for the day, I think. Hit her hard in the morning, and I hope to God tomorrow's a better day. Till then, I'm dirty, I'm hungry, and I'm tired. So, I'll see you tomorrow.